Speaker said this is all a political exercise. Certainly the families of the victims don't think it is.
I think the Speaker realizes the train has left the station on this. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and get it done. And I wish the President realized that. The more the White House pushes back on this, it just looks bad, right? I mean, it was the Attorney General came out and said all these white binders, we're going to release all this information, and then a month later said, oh, no, we're not. So it's been a PR blunder from the beginning. And I think the Speaker is right. This is going to happen, so let's get it done and vote on it. Now, we got to realize it still has to go to the Senate. Then it has to go to the President for signature. Meanwhile, our Oversight Committee is releasing thousands and thousands of pages of evidence concerning Epstein.
That was Don Bacon, yet another Republican lawmaker dropping a cold dose of reality on Donald Trump and Mike Johnson, both of whom continue to run defense in the White House's efforts to prevent these files from seeing the light of day. Bacon says here that the train has left the station. He's right. Here is a small sampling of other Republicans who've already come out and offered their support for Tuesday's vote to release the Epstein files.
I want to start first with this potential vote. You did not support the discharge petition. How are you planning to vote next week?
Yeah, I'm going to vote yes. I mean, I've said all along I'm for, total transparency here, consistent with protecting the victims. And so this is going to be coming for a yes up or down vote on the House floor next week, and I plan to vote yes.
Look, I think the Oversight Committee, I'm going to vote for it if it comes up because...
You'll vote for the bill.
Yeah, because, look, I think the Oversight Committee has pushed out a lot of disclosures. The administration's done a lot. If you look in the UK, they've tried to do something towards Prince Andrew. But one of the things that went away during this shutdown is Pam Bondi was supposed to come to the House and answer these questions. And look, I'm not on the Judiciary Committee, but I did want Pam Bondi to come and do some explaining.
Everyone that voted for Trump Vance, everyone was like, release the Epstein files.
Right.
This is not even an argument. It's not even debatable. It's not being a traitor to the president to sign my name on a Thomas Massie discharge petition to release the Epstein files. No. I am staying true to what we've always said. There needs to be transparency.
We're forcing this vote, and it's going to happen. I would remind my Republican colleagues who are deciding how to vote, Donald Trump can protect you in red districts right now by giving you an endorsement, but in 2030, he's not going to be the president, and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then.
In fact, it's not just those Republicans. I spoke with Congressman Ro Khanna about exactly how many Republicans he expects are going to sign on to this effort. Here's what he had to say.
Well, Massie and I are hoping for a big number. We're hoping for at least 30 to 40 Republicans. We'll see what happens. It's Massie and me versus the Trump White House. I mean, he's literally threatening to unendorse people. He's unendorsing Marjorie Taylor Greene because of this. Nothing has split the MAGA coalition more than this bill since Donald Trump walked down the escalator. I mean, that's the truth. It has really been mind-boggling to see online what's happening.
And of course, to watch that full interview with Ro Khanna or any other of my interviews, please subscribe to this channel. It is the best way to support my work, and it is and always will be 100% free. But Ro Khanna is correct. While things might seem convenient right now to blindly defer to Trump, he will not be around forever. But your vote to defend a pedophile ring will. That's not something that you'll be able to outrun or try to explain away. There are already too many Republicans who are able to acknowledge objective reality to give you any cover when a few years down the line, your vote to protect pedophiles suddenly becomes inconvenient without the assurance of protection from Daddy Trump. But there is a practical reason that such a big number of Republicans are needed to defect here, and that's because even if this bill forcing the vote of the files passes the House, which would need a simple majority, and the Senate, which would require 60 votes, meaning 13 Republicans have to defect, there is no world in which Donald Trump signs this into law, meaning a veto-proof majority will ultimately be needed. And frankly, Trump will use every trick in the book. He'll post tweets and posts attacking you, he'll promote primary challengers, but at the end of the day, the point that I've been making throughout this video still applies. Donald Trump will not be around forever, but your vote to protect a pedophile will. It might feel convenient now, but at some point, even if Donald Trump doesn't field a primary challenger, you yourself still have to go in front of your own voters, and you'll have to explain to those voters why you decided to protect a pedophile instead of delivering on that transparency that the whole GOP promised on the campaign trail. Republicans' mandate was to release these files. And now, not only are they helping suppress them, but they're suppressing them because they want to protect someone who's implicated? How do you explain that to voters? A surprising number of Republicans have recognized that that is the calculation they're considering. And frankly, that's why more and more are announcing their support for this bill. I spoke with Ro Khanna about that point as well. Why do you presume that there is Republican support on this bill? I mean, in the same way that the MAGA base has stuck by Trump through thick and thin, only up until this point right here, we've also seen these Republican lawmakers, everybody in the Republican conference, do the same. And so it would be almost unfathomable to think that you would get any Republicans to speak out against him, much less Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, Nancy Mace, Thomas Massie, Kevin Kiley, Eli Crane. I mean, the list is growing and growing. And so why do you presume at this moment that these people feel comfortable going against Donald Trump, who has been perfectly content to wield every weapon that he has at his disposal against these people as soon as he has the opportunity to?
It's quite something, and they're risking their careers. They are saying that they don't care if Donald Trump doesn't endorse them, and it's showing now safety in numbers because they're seeing sort of the Wizard of Oz moment. That his bark may be bigger than his bite, and there is safety in a large number of defections. But again, this goes to the core issue, which is the governing class has failed Americans. There is an Epstein class that needs to go. That Epstein class obviously literally has abused underage women, it raped underage women, covered up for the rape and abuse of underage women. But in a deeper sense, this Epstein class represents people with extreme wealth who go to the same parties, who fraternize with the same politicians, people who've been elected for the last 30, 40 years. They are all part of a clique. You know, Bernie Sanders tried to run against this clique. Trump ran against the clique on the Republican side.
Yeah.
And the Democratic and people in this country are like, we're done with the cliques.
So my message to any Republican out there ahead of Tuesday's vote is this. Think long and hard about what you want your legacy to be, because this thing is going to pass anyway. So what side of history do you want to be on? Do you want to be one more nameless, faceless drone who Donald Trump does not care about, who tanks their reputation for him? Or do you want to deliver for your own constituents on an issue that they clearly care about and deliver for the victims and survivors who deserve full accountability? Because this is one vote that you won't be able to outrun once Donald Trump is out of office.